Someone shot your husband in the back of the head while he was in bed.
This is Darlene Gentry, 32 years old, regarding the murder of her husband Wayman Gentry, 31 years old, who was shot in his bed. This happened in 2005 in Texas in the early morning. At about 6:15 a.m., police responded to a 911 call at the home of Keith and Darlene Gentry. When police arrived at the home, they found him unconscious, having suffered a gunshot wound to the head.
Coming out of his mouth, and then I realized I saw blood on the sheet.
Gentry was taken by ambulance to the hospital, where he died later that day. Gentry told the police when she arrived at home with her husband, someone was there and shot her husband before fleeing. Police were suspicious of her story and believed she knew more than she was telling. Her behavior at the scene did not appear to be that of a grieving wife. In the end of this interrogation, you will find out her sentence.
Went and got him something, a drink of water or something out the refrigerator, and he came back, and Cody and Kate were both up. So we put Homeward Bound on, which is one of their favorite movies, and we just kind of laid there. And before I do it, I was asleep, and apparently everybody else was too, until almost 6. I do remember waking up probably about 5:15 or so, and I rolled over and looked at his clock and said, I'm not getting up. I didn't have to be up to about 5:45, so I said, I'm going to take my extra 30 minutes. And before I knew it, apparently it was back out, and then Kate's jumping on my head, the oldest, and it was 5 minutes after 6 by his clock.
Then you said about 6 o'clock is when you got up.
Yeah, it's 6.
Tell me the events about that. What woke you up? Or
Literally him jumping on my head, the baby jumping on my head is what physically made me realize I'm already late. I need to get up, get moving, and ran to the hall bath, and then I ran into the kitchen to get the boys something to drink. Gave them that. They're following me, and I told Chase that Daddy's alarm's going off again, as usual. And he's hollering, Daddy, turn it off. And I'm going, Keith, turn off your alarm. And I got to the little foyer, like by our bedroom, and I told Chase, I said, it's cold in here. And that's when I saw the back door open, which is the, I guess you say side door, not really the back door. And so all I did was go into the room, turn on my lamp, and I just slammed the door shut. And when I turned around, I realized the gun cabinet was open and there were no guns inside of it. And so then I screamed at Keith, to tell him that his guns were not in the gun cabinet, that he needed to get up. And the boys were already in the bedroom. Cade was crawling up on my hope chest that's by my bed, and all I did was tell him to get down because I could hear the noise, however you wanted. He snores, so I kept thinking it just sounded different. It didn't sound like he always snores. So I put the light on in the bathroom, and when I turned around, I could see his stomach, like he was breathing with all of his muscles that he had in his abdomen. And then I realized that he had foam coming out of his mouth. And I tried to holler at him, told him Keith, and I kind of hit him. And he didn't make any other noises than what he was already making. And then I realized I saw blood on the sheet. And then that's when I just grabbed my cell phone. Of course, it was off, so I had to wait for it to turn on. And I'm trying to get the boys.
Okay. Do y'all not have any house phones, just cell?
We just got rid of it, trying to find ways to save money.
Okay.
So, and actually, it's only been turned off for a little over a week. And we were just trying to save $40.
Sure.
And so I had to wait for my cell phone to turn on, and I just punched in 911. I was trying to get the boys out of the room because I didn't want them seeing him. And that's when I made the call, and I told her who it was and where I lived, and what he was doing and what I saw. She dispatched police right away and kept me on hold. Then I had to talk to the EMS people. And then I really don't. I remember letting the police officer in the front door, but I don't remember if I hung up on the EMS people. I have no idea.
So you were talking to the police dispatcher. She transferred you to the EMS people.
Yeah, I did not make another.
Did you hear any peculiar noises throughout the night from, I don't know, you started getting up about 1:30 with Cody, and then an hour later with Cade, and then about 3:15, 3:30 with Chase.
Other than the dogs barking, and Gunner's normally, we've had him from the puppy. We've only had that other dog for a couple of weeks, maybe a week, something like that. Gunner's normally very good and doesn't just bark and bark and bark. But he was carrying on, and I hollered at him once to stop it. And I honestly, I do not know. I don't know if it wasn't the first time I got up because I don't remember hearing him then.
You a heavy sleeper or a light sleeper?
Normally, I've been having issues sleeping, period, here lately. Normally I'm fairly, I'd say light just because of kids, but once they wake me up, I'm very light. But that first, when I go out, I'm out until I get woke up. But I can't tell you.
So it's kind of in between heavy
and light. Yeah.
So Gunner was barking, and that's the older dog. You have two dogs.
Yeah, he's 9 months. But and even Keith made comments that some dogs just yelp and yelp and yelp. He doesn't unless he sees something or somebody's walking or something like that. Every once in a while, we have them greyhounds that are behind us, and they'll get wound up, and he'll bark at them, but it's normally not too much of an issue. And he was barking last night, and I opened up the French doors and fussed at him, told him to get on the porch and hushed, and then he came over here and laid down.
That was when? The other
night. No, that was this past night. Last night. It wasn't the first time I got up. It had to have been in between when I got up at 2 something. Mm-hmm. Because I know it wasn't when I had my pants on, and I didn't change into those until I went and laid down physically with the boys, because I was standing at that back door freezing in my shorts. Okay.
So, because at 3:15, 3:30 is when you got up to change clothes from your shorts because you were cold.
Yeah.
And you got up with Chase then.
Well, it was actually the baby that was hollering, but Chase was awake too.
Okay.
And I just made him go to the bathroom until he wanted something to drink.
So the dog was sometime between 1:30 and 2 something is when you went out to the door.
Yeah.
Did you see anything?
No, and we've got a light that's back there by that gray shed, that tin shed, and it doesn't illuminate a lot of things, but I mean, I didn't notice anything different because there's always shadows out there just because of all the trees and stuff we have.
Is it a motion light?
No. It's on all the time. I mean, when it's dark.
Dark. So the light stays on all the time. Oh, is it one of those lights that come on when it goes dark and goes off? Okay.
Yeah. And we don't have to physically turn it on and off.
That's on the back corner of the house?
No, that's out by the
tree line or
silver shed that Keith built. It's at the back of our fence. Not the back of our property, the back of our fence. And where Gunner ran from when I hollered at him, he was in between the back fence and the where our trampoline's at.
Okay, so he.
But I don't know which direction he was marking at. I just know that's the area he ran from and came and laid down. Willie has a guy that owns land behind us. Got several horses and a donkey and all kind of stuff back there too. So, I don't pay any attention to, because he'll bark at them too. But
that was about
roughly maybe between 2:15 and 2:30, because it was almost like every hour they were getting me up. Just that time I'd get good and asleep, somebody would go to hollering.
Okay. Any problems with any of the neighbors? Excuse me, I'm sorry.
No. No, I have in-laws all the way around me. And definitely not with my mother-in-law and father-in-law.
They live on the east side of you.
You're talking to them. Left or right? If I'm looking at my house, I'm going left.
It's on the left.
Yeah, I'm not good with direction.
And your husband's sister lived on your right.
With her husband and her 2 boys and her oldest son's now wife and their little baby.
She's got a grandson.
Grandbaby girl. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and they always had people, like younger kids running around and stuff, but we never had any issues with them. It's not a...
At night, y'all lock up?
Normally. It's normally not... We normally don't leave anything open except our vehicles. And I know I did go throughout... Cody had poop. I guess that was why he woke me up at 1:30. He had pooped in his diaper and wanted to be changed. And I know I did go out the side door to throw the poopy diaper in a Walmart bag in the black barrel out there like we always do. But honestly and truly, I don't remember if I physically locked the door back. So I'm not going to say one way or the other because I don't know.
So you went out that side door, throw a poopy diaper out. About what time?
That was when he woke up the first time at 1:30.
1:30.
Mm-hmm.
But normally the doors are locked except the vehicles. And you keep the keys in the vehicles? Did you notice anything odd in that den area? That one when you went through?
No, honestly, I didn't even turn the lamp off. So, I didn't... I keep as many lights off as possible just because... I just normally walk through. And I physically unlock the door to get out because it's hard to kind of unlock because it kind of sticks and the deadbolt does.
Yeah.
And that's normally the only one we lock on that door is the deadbolt.
You mentioned y'all were trying to save some money. Have y'all been having some financial problems?
Well, we're just this third kid, and it's killing us basically. So we've just been trying to butt heads, figure out which way. Because of course we are getting behind on some bills, and it's just been one thing after another. So we're trying to figure out how we need to go about it. And we were discussing if we needed to do a home equity loan, that line of credit that they're talking about. I'm doing it just to pay everything off so that way we wouldn't be late on anything. And so that's the one thing Keith is a fanatic about is his credit. And I'm the world's worst at it. So
y'all argue about that a lot?
Well, we don't. I wouldn't say we argue a lot about it, but we do argue about it. It's not something we argue every day about, but we do argue about it. I'd say at least every 2 months or something like that, we're getting into a heated discussion. Well, why didn't you pay this one instead of, he's fussing at me for juggling things and trying to, waiting almost to the last minute to pay something, so that way we made sure nothing bounced.
Right.
So, but other than that, that's the only true issue we even have.
How was the marriage?
Fine. Other than trying to figure out how to raise these 3 kids. And that's what I was telling him last night. I finally got my year raise 2 months later.
Wages are hard to come.
No, they actually gave me $2. So I was excited, and so was he.
So he works at Brazos Electric.
Mm-hmm.
How long have you been working there?
I think it'll be 4 years in March.
And you work?
You can put WGEC is the Waco Gastroenterology Endoscopy Center. EC. It's owned by Waco Gastro and Associates. You're getting me confused. Waco Gastroenterology Endoscopy Center. It was a year this past September.
Y'all have insurance deals, prospective companies, life insurance, health insurance.
Our health and dental is through Keith's and I just filled out a thing to put him and the boys possibly on mine because Brad is talking about going up again, but that's not set in concrete yet. And I think with Brazos there's a small life insurance like on the boys, like maybe a 10,000 or something like that with them. And then Keith and I both have life insurance with Farm Bureau.
That comes out of y'all's check.
No, that's a direct draft.
Keith seemed depressed about the money issue.
Well, I mean, he hasn't been himself the last probably, I don't know, year and a half or so. And I know he's stressed just because, I mean, it's a lot. He's one of those firm believers that, he's supposed to be the man of the house and he's supposed to be making the money, and tell him all the time he should have been born back in the early 1900s. But I don't know. And, never been diagnosed with depression. But me and his mother, we had a pretty heated discussion, I guess, actually on my birthday, the 2nd of November.
Did she disagree with you? Or?
Oh, no. I mean, because he just flies off the handle and he gets so upset. And I know it has nothing to do with the person that he's talking to. It's just everything is finally built up, and then he just...
So you and your mother-in-law had a heated discussion about Keith?
Yeah, and I was venting, basically, just talking about how, because he'll lose it with the kids, and then I get upset, and it just...
Was she on your side, or y'all?
Oh, she absolutely loves her son. Do not get me wrong, because, and he loves her. It's just, he has never known how to talk to his parents or me. It's like he's afraid to show his emotions. So let's get mad about it. And I said it to her, and he's admitted it to me that he knows by some form or fashion he is depressed, but he would never do anything about it. I mean, that's...
Think he capable of hurting himself?
No, I mean, I honestly, truly, he loves them boys too much. I mean, there's no way. There's no way. I mean,
But if he's that depressed, Darlene, if he loves those boys that much, he doesn't want to see them do without. Do you think he would do something to himself to see that they don't do without, with insurance?
I mean, I honestly and truly, deep down in my heart, do not believe he would do that. I really don't, just because.
Yeah, I understand. You know, I'm having to ask some really, really personal
I
questions.
know.
And I appreciate you bearing with me on this.
I mean, I really.
And I didn't have a great amount of time to examine y'all's house and the bedroom, but just, and he was not there when I got there. They were already loading him into the ambulance, but
I'm sorry.
no, that's okay. It was quite all right.
I'm sorry.
It was quite all right. You want to take a small break?
It's not going to make any difference. I mean, he may have been depressed, but I still, honestly and truly don't believe he would do that. I really don't, just because that's all he ever talks about is teaching Chase how to play baseball. I mean, that's what he wants. He's always wanted to Chase play baseball. I mean, because that's what Keith did. And of course, every man wants their boys to be just like them, except for, he would tell Chase after he'd get upset, he'd tell him and he'd sit him down and say, Daddy shouldn't have acted that way. That was wrong. I don't want you acting that way. I meant he would step up every time. Anytime he knew he messed up, he would step up and admit it. I mean,
He was a little overbearing on him and stuff.
yeah, and he would. He loved them too much. I mean, and I think that's why I'd get frustrated is because he wanted them to be more than what they were being. He would just forget that they're 5, 2, and 1. I mean, they were his world.
And you being his wife, loving your husband, saw the blood on the sheets. Was there any weapons on the bed?
I honestly saw nothing other than just the foam coming out of his mouth, and I tried to shake him. And when I tried to shake him, that's when I noticed something by his head, and I kind of leaned in more to look, and that's when I went to hollering at the kids, "Get out, get out, get out."
What did you see?
I just saw the red, and I automatically assumed it was blood just because, and so that's when I started calling, and it was just like a,
Let's take a small break. I gotta call my partner. Would you like some more coffee? You sure you don't need any more coffee?
no.
Let me pause it.
Yeah. Anything? I mean, and you want me to initial here?
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah.
You told me to sign anything, so I didn't.
Yeah, just place your initials there. And
So,
print your name, address, date of birth, all that shit. Okay. I'll get you to sign this just a second. I've got crime scene people at your house right now. They're gonna need to search the house, the grounds and all that. Any problems between you and Keith that I need to be aware of? I mean, we discussed earlier that, also, since I read your rights, by talking, you're waiving your rights. You understand what waiting to write speech. It means you're ready to talk to me at any time until you want your rights back, then you can stop. You don't think he would have harmed himself?
I mean, honestly, deep down in my heart, I really do not think he would have.
I'm sorry.
I said, honestly and truly, deep down in my heart, I do not believe he would have.
Any promise between you two guys? Any outside y'all's marriage affairs or anything like that?
No, strictly the only problems we've ever had has been money. So, I mean,
He hadn't been abusive to you or anything like that?
No, I mean, he's never hit me, no.
Just
Talking.
verbally
Yeah.
abusive?
I mean, and that's, everybody gets that way, I'm sure.
Yeah.
So, nothing.
Would it have made you angry enough to harm your husband?
I mean, I love my husband. And that's what I was telling him last night, that it's half of my fault that we're in the position that we're in, and that I was in tears last night talking to him, and he was hugging me and everything else. No, I mean, we have been through so many things. There's no way.
How long y'all been married?
6.5 years. I mean, granted, there's been times I swore I was leaving, and there's been times he swore he was leaving, but I would never hurt him.
Yeah.
So I would do absolutely nothing but harm the boys. I mean, if anything had happened to either one of us, they would be the people that would suffer.
Yeah. The clothes you changed, or you said you had a short suit.
They, and it was actually Scooby-Doo.
Scooby-Doo?
Mhm.
Where is that at?
Possibly still on the floor in the bedroom.
In y'all's bedroom?
Yeah.
Okay.
Either on his side or my side. It may be his side because that's where I got these out of.
Well, he would have been that depressed. I mean, had he ever talked about hurting himself before?
I mean, he would make smart comments, something, about just being sarcastic, saying, "Oh, y'all probably be better off without me," just being a smart butt. And that was never even in an argument, anything like that. That was just him just being smart. I mean, he, by no form or fashion has he ever made a statement that he would physically harm himself.
Let me take a minute to read this. You noticed all the guns were what? We're not in it, okay. Hey, you gotta keep those guns when you're on and I was running to one of our bedroom.
Yeah.
How were you running?
Because the guns were gone. It was like, I'm getting a little excited.
Well, I'm kind of confused a little bit. Darlene, if you don't mind walking me through this again, because, I mean, apparently there was a gunshot fired. I mean, that can only account for Keith's wound to his head.
Mm-hmm.
Coat?
Yeah.
Oh, you go get a jacket and more coffee. You and Keith talked last night, a couple hours. Did it get heated, angry?
No, and I can honestly say that is probably the first time that we have not gotten irritated with each other, because he was very calm and just, hey, this is what we've got. We need to do this. Do you have any, suggestions? I mean, it was a very, how you're supposed to have conversations. And granted, yeah, I did cry, but I cried a lot of things, but it was more because, I wasn't upset with him. I was upset with myself just because I've let things get out of hand. But I wasn't upset with him.
What do you mean, let things get out of hand?
Oh, just,
Financially?
well, somewhat. It's just because, he'd want to go buy something. It's like, okay, fine. I'd say, okay, and then I'd pull out the savings to go, to pay for that. Instead of saying, hey, we really need to discuss this, I just let him do whatever he wanted to do. Instead of us physically sitting down and saying, maybe this shouldn't be what we need to do right now. And that's been my issue the whole time, is I could never really sit down and just honestly, openly, and talk to him about things. And that's what we were talking about last night too. It's just, that's where the communication barrier was. It's just because I didn't know how to talk to him. So we honestly had a huge breakthrough last night. So it was it was nice. It was a relief. And that was breakthrough on my part. And I guess I just never saw that side of him.
Was he seemed depressed last night? Or
No, that's what I'm saying. He seemed so
upbeat, or?
He just seemed calm. And he's normally kind of wound for 220, but he seemed very calm and just wanted to sit down and talk. And I don't know if it's just because.
Did it concern you the way he was, or since he normally didn't act that way?
I didn't. I guess I was so relieved actually seeing acting that way that I didn't think anything about it other than just, this is nice. And that's what I told him. I said, I like to be able to sit here and talk this way and not, get upset and me get mad and walk off.
But he seemed pretty normal, other than you thought there was a big
Right. The boys were all in good spirits when I got home, and Cody, the middle one, he'll be the first one to tell you if you got in trouble. And his eyes good tonight, Mom. So that was, so overall, they apparently had a very good night.
And you got home
around 8 or so. So I picked him up from daycare, and which was a little bit before 5.
So you picked up Cody?
I picked all three. Chase goes to after school care at Little
Okay,
Rockets.
so Cody, Kate, Chase, and you got home about 8. So you had picked them up and not Keith?
Right, it was me.
So you picked them up at 5.
Mm-hmm.
And where did you go from 5 to 8?
Temple.
Tell me again why you had to go.
To see a girlfriend of mine. She had a little collision, and so I hadn't seen her in a while, so I kind of used it as an excuse to catch up. And I normally have the kids, and so it was a break for me, more or less. So he didn't care.
So did you take the kids home and then went to Temple?
Uh-huh.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they were at the house.
Okay.
They never moved.
Excuse me. That was my partner. Let me get you a jacket. I would like to get you a jacket. Could you?
I'm sorry.
Stuff like that. Did you at any time touch him?
Well, I mean, I know I physically did. I mean, like I shook his leg when I was trying to get his attention, but phone in my pocket, I just turned it off.
The reason I asked is we got some rangers at the house, some Texas Rangers. They're assisting with the crime scene stuff. They found what they think might be bloody in y'all's bathroom sink.
I don't know. As I said, I haven't, other than touching his leg, that is the only part I believe I touched of him.
So you don't remember going after touching maybe any bloody area?
No, I was literally, my cell phone was on my dresser, which is on his side of the bed. When I couldn't get him to respond to me, I turned directly from there, picked up the phone and, turned it on. And then, of course, had to wait for the service to hit and hit 911. And I had the kids and I was corralling them.
But you never at any time went to that sink?
Not to my knowledge, by any form or fashion.
The detective introduces a hard piece of crime scene evidence that contradicts her story. Her reaction is immediate and overly specific denial. She doesn't just say no, she re-narrates her entire sequence of actions to prove she couldn't have been at the sink. This is a defensive psychological response to being caught off guard by evidence she didn't know they had. The phrase, by any form or fashion, is a linguistic filler that emphasizes her protest a bit too much.
When y'all walk in y'all's bedroom,
Sorry.
Oh, that's okay. I guess the door is kind of right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll let you draw it.
This is roughly the bathroom.
Okay.
There's the door, and then you have a window right there. Our bed sits right about there, and another window.
Okay.
And then here's my dresser. We have a dresser here, and then we have a desk. And then two little nightstands here. Mm-hmm.
And which side of the bed does he normally sleep?
He sleeps on this side, and this is my side.
Okay.
And here's a linen closet right there, and here's the sink, and then the toilet, and the shower. And our closet is back here.
Okay.
We walk into it from there.
And this is off that hallway here.
Mm-hmm. And then, and back here is the back room.
And that's where that side door is.
Uh-huh.
Yes. There's a little walkway there. That gun case was right here.
Yes.
Right.
Well, it's actually, it's the hallways right here. We have another little door, and the gun case sits right here.
Okay, so this is where the door would be, then it goes outside the drive. I got you.
Yeah.
So the gun case is right here.
Yeah.
Gun case. Where's the keys kept for this?
On top.
Who all knows that?
Honestly, I don't know. And the officer there asked me, could you see it from the top? And I told him, I mean, of course, I can't, but I've noticed like when he's going to look, he has to get up on his toes a little bit. And he's 5'9". But as long as he stands on his toes.
Do you know how many guns in the house?
I know he had his deer rifle, which was in a case all by itself in the back room. And that was only because it was still left out.
Plastic case, hard case.
It's hard. It's a hard case.
Hard case.
But it's portable.
Okay, hard case. Okay.
And then I know he had some type of handgun. Don't ask me what it is because I have no idea.
Was it any type of case?
I honestly, I don't know.
Okay.
And in the gun cabinet itself, I know just walking back and forth, there might have been 3 guns in there. And one of them actually might have been a BB gun. I don't know. His dad would be the one to actually ask those questions because I don't. That's not anything I mess with. And the boys will jack with the thing all the time. And I'm always hollering at them, get away from there because.
Yeah. Who would you? Do you know of anyone that would want to hurt your husband?
He's friends with everybody. The only person that he's ever even remotely has gotten into even kind of a scuffle with lately has been Brent McCovey, and he wouldn't. No, I mean,
Where's Brent McCovey?
He lives actually now in Galinda.
What was their problem about?
Oh, him and his wife are going through a big divorce, and he called Keith, saying Keith was making, I guess, stuff. Keith really didn't get into the whole conversation with me because Brent's now soon-to-be ex-wife and I are very good friends.
So Brent's soon-to-be ex-wife and you
are very good friends.
What's her name?
Sarah.
Sarah McCovey? She a teacher? What's her name?
Morgan's.
That's what I thought.
And the last time I think they've even spoke, him and Brent was out at the fair the Thursday night before it was over. And I just know when we got the Suburban going home, Keith was upset, and he just made the comment they will no longer be friends.
Him and Brent.
What's
the nature of their breakup?
I think because Keith knows for a fact and has seen and witnessed
Brent messing around on her.
Yeah. And so he's now trying to put it off on Keith, saying he's making it all up and he's just trying to cover his tracks, basically. And
they have children together?
One little girl. Yeah. And Keith told him, he said, you'd be in a whole lot more trouble if I even opened my mouth. He said, but I'm not. He said, your business, I'm staying out of it. And I don't even know. I mean, that's how much he kept it to himself. He was not getting in the middle of this, and that was fine. And I told him I'd rather it be that way because then I would just be even more.
Well, I really appreciate your patience with me on this, Darlene, but I'm trying to figure out with you dealing with the kids, and you're kind of half hard sleeper, half light sleeper, and you could hear the kids, but there had to have been a gunshot that went off inside that house, and gunshots are loud.
And that's what I keep trying to physically wrap my brain about. I had the door closed to the kids' bedroom, but our bedroom, we always keep it open. And
was it open when you went down the hall?
It was open because I was hollering at him to turn his alarm clock off.
Does Keith normally sleep on his back?
Normally never, but in probably the last couple of weeks, he's gotten to where he snores really bad, and that's when he's snoring, is when he's laying on his back. And so, but normally he lays on his side.
What side? Facing you or facing away?
I'd say majority-wise, probably facing the wall, opposite of me. Normally,
is he a heavy sleeper?
Very much so. That's why I'm the one that's always up with kids.
Yeah.
He's a very heavy sleeper, and
Who was the prey you saw in Temple?
Amy, the last name is Capriva,
Spell her.
Koprvia.
Koprvia.
Uh-huh.
You have a number for her?
I'd have to get it for you. As I said, that's not something we haven't been in
She
contact.
married, or somebody you went to school with?
High school, and we lived together for a little while.
What did y'all go to high school?
Cameron.
Cameron. But she lives in Temple.
No, she lives in Cameron.
Lives in Cameron.
Yeah, she was in Temple. I wanted to meet her, so we just kind of BS'd and
why did you go down there?
a little fender bender. She was getting it taken care of.
She just
So
got
far.
out of the blue.
Yep, she's bought her a house in Cameron, so she was wanting to tell me all the good news. She's finally making it on her own. She's divorced.
Divorced.
It's probably been.
Y'all go to supper together?
Yeah, we went to go eat. We ate at Rivers. Go play special.
Where's that? So she's divorced now. Lives in Cameron, bought a house. Where's she working?
The city of Cameron.
In what department?
Well, she's got a business degree, and I think she from Baylor. And for a while, she was the city secretary. But honestly and truly, I don't know if she's moved up on the chain or what. We were more or less talking social. She met a new guy and all this other good stuff.
You know who he is?
Well, his first name's Casey. I know that much. Other than that, I don't know what his last name is.
How old is she? Same age?
Well, she's actually a little younger. She won't be 31 until July. But I was the old one. She was the young one.
All right. So you and your husband was talking last night about your finances. From 5 to 8, you were in Temple. You got home around that. So did you cook supper? Was supper ready?
I cooked it before I left. Okay. And I had the boys.
So you didn't eat though?
No.
Because you ate on
right. I made him a plate, made the boys a plate, and it was gone. And I just made hamburger help us. It's quick and easy.
So you went to Temple, met her at Bud Records. Did you have to pick her up since her kid was in the shop?
No, actually, she was already at the mall, so I had no idea how or who. Yeah. I just met her at the entrance. And she told me she had some other things to do and she would be fine.
Y'all entertain guests at the house often, or friends coming over?
I mean, we used to a lot, and here lately we've both gotten so busy. It just, we will definitely have normally every June and end of August and in March have huge parties at the house. Supposedly for kids' birthday parties, but it turns into adult parties and everything else. So, and we're talking anywhere from probably 35 up to 90 people sometimes.
So a lot of people knew what the inside of y'all's house looked like, weapons and all that.
Yeah, because it's all been the same. I haven't changed much of anything. And he does a lot of stuff on the side, drawing house plans and stuff like that. And once in a blue moon, somebody may come over, but they normally just stand in the driveway. They don't come
Did
over.
y'all design y'all's own home?
He did. I mean, I didn't.
Any type of drug or alcohol problem that Keith may have had?
Definitely not drug. And he would drink socially, but other than that, that's it. I mean, he does not come home every day and get something, alcohol wise to drink. He's more or less a tea and water type guy. Hardly even any sodas. He may drink a diet drink or something in the morning, but other than that, that's about it.
Like I said, Charlene, I really appreciate your help in this. I'm just trying to sort out the events that occurred and you not hearing gunshots. Just kind of confused a little bit. Can you tell me?
The only thing I can say is I did wake up and I looked at the clock at 5:15, but I don't know why I woke up. I just remember rolling over and seeing the clock. It said 5:15, and I said,
any other noise in the house?
No, I heard absolutely nothing.
Does it concern you that someone could have been in the house?
Oh, yeah. Because I did not get scared until I turned around and I saw the guns were gone out of the gun case. The gun case was empty. I did not.
6.
Yeah. And I did not get scared until that point because I'm there a lot of times with the kids by myself.
But you don't know if you left that door open.
Yeah, I'll be very honest. I remember unlocking it because it said it's very hard to unlock. And
you remember locking it?
I do not physically remember if I locked it or didn't lock it.
But when the police got there, was it unlocked?
They came in the front door.
Did you have to unlock the front door?
Yes. Yeah. And I had to unlock the French doors when I hollered at Gunner to get up on the porch, too.
Did you lock those back?
And, I assume I did the French doors, but I don't know. I'll be very honest, I don't know. And the front door, I never touched it again after I let him come in. The officer. So, but it was locked. And I was still on the phone with the dispatch. And as I can say, between when I went...
So you did unlock the French doors when you threw the dirty diaper out and hollered at Gunner.
The French doors is in the back.
Right.
I had to do that when I unlocked it. But when I did the dirty diaper, it's on the side door.
Okay.
And I had to unlock it.
But you think you unlocked the French door? Did you?
I'm almost positive I locked the French door back.
Excuse me. That was my partner again. The detective I got in the hospital said that they need the wife there to make some medical decisions on behalf of your husband. Okay, so what I'm going to do, if you'll just bear with me just a few more minutes, I'm going to get you to the hospital. Until I can sort through what's going on, Darlene. Are you listening to me?
Yes, I'm listening.
Okay. Everyone's a suspect right now until I can determine how your husband suffered this gunshot wound. That's not to take away that he could have done it himself. You understand this?
Yeah.
If there was a gun on that bed and you moved it to save his integrity or anything like that, I need to know now.
I did not move a gun.
Okay. Did you harm your husband?
No, I did not harm my husband.
You and I have been working. We've built a pretty good relationship here. And, I'm trying to figure out what happened.
I know.
That's all I'm trying to do right now. I may need to collect a DNA sample from you, Darlene, like I explained to you a while ago when I read you your rights. It's just a process of elimination. Until I can figure out who else was in y'all's home, everyone in my mind is responsible for what's going on. Okay, because you're the only one that was in the house that can tell me what's going on. Kids can't tell me. Your husband can't tell me right now. And I apologize. I'm trying to be just as sensitive as I can. I've got counselors on standby. And we'll deal with them later, okay? And I really appreciate you working with me with this, because you're gonna have to help me.
I know. And the only thing that I can say of maybe why I didn't per se it registered that was a different sound maybe when it went off is because I did have the movie going and the door was shut to that room.
You mean the sound at 5:15?
Yeah, whatever, or why I woke up, because the movie was just about to go off.
Was anybody, do you know of anybody that was going to come into the house?
No, no one should have been
The
coming.
door unlocked for someone to come in the house.
No, I mean, no one should have been in my house, period, except for us.
Just Miss Jeffrey, this is Melissa.
And that's my mother-in-law.
Well, and if you need to tell her anything, we're just going to get your clothes changed and we're going to get you to the hospital.
Okay.
Miss Gentry.
Yeah.
This is Melissa Cavell. She's employed at the police department. She's going to escort you to the ladies' restroom.
Okay.
The shoes we gave to her this morning, so we won't need those. We'll just need her green pajama bottom and her green pajama top. She put that on because she was cold. And she can put that smock and a smock bottom back.
Are they good?
No, it's right there. Gloves and the bags are there. You just want to scrape your fingernails real quick.
Okay.
What this here is, Darlene, it's a consent to take everything and say if you want to read that over real quick and just sign it, okay?
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's okay. Aaron, since you're taking a sample, I'm going to witness.
Okay.
Okay. Let me get you a jacket. Let me get you my jacket while she's doing that. Look at the camera phone.
Okay, great. I'm just gonna take your hand, swab under your hands.
Sorry, I'm shaking.
No, it's okay. Your hands are free.
You know, my feet are purple, everything's.
Okay. Jason, do you want to help us out, please?
Appreciate y'all there coming out.
No, that's no problem. And I'm gonna let you do this if you want to do it.
Okay.
Just swab it inside your cheek. Then tell them I'm downstairs that you're on having a
Okay, thank you.
Thank you very much.
I'm only got about 29 minutes left on the tape. I've got oh, how are you doing, Darlene? Well, the crime lab people are finished at the house, and my partner is meeting with the media right now. Darlene, I've got some questions that come up during some of this.
Okay.
And it's really important that you be a little forthright with me, okay?
Okay.
You had told me earlier that your friend, Sabrina, met you at the Temple Mall, correct?
Yeah.
Due to a fender bender. Mr. Gentry told me that you came with the kids about 4:45.
She came to my house. I called her, and she came.
Mr. Gentry?
No, Mrs.
The detective calmly confronts her with a contradiction in her alibi. She initially claims she went to Temple to meet her friend. Now, she reveals her friend actually came to her house first. This isn't a minor detail. It's a fundamental shift in the timeline of her evening. For the investigators, this is the moment her credibility begins to unravel, suggesting a story that is being carefully adjusted, not truthfully recalled.
Mrs. Gentry came to your house?
Uh-huh.
Okay. Because earlier you told me that you had cooked hamburger helper
I did.
and made the boys and your husband a plate.
Mm-hmm. Linda come over for a few minutes while Keith could get to the house,
Okay.
and then he had the boys.
Okay. He had said that you, and I don't know, it's just maybe a matter of interpretation, that Amy was careful to Scott and White.
My mother-in-law. She asked me today. I told her, I said, no. Because she asked me how Amy was. I said, she's fine. It was nothing but just a small little wreck. She didn't have any problems. She goes, oh, she got all that from the news where they were having all those wrecks in Milam yesterday where people were throwing things in them and somebody was trapped inside their car. She thought I was talking about the same people.
Oh, okay. Okay.
I'm like, no.
And you let Keith know.
Uh-huh.
Let you know.
Yeah, I left him a note and told him I'd be home later. That Amy had a wreck. I was going to go meet her, and I'd call him later. And I tried him twice on my cell phone, and he never picked up.
Yeah.
And he told me, he said, well, I never got it. And he showed it to me, and it showed no call. So that may be my... Mm-hmm. Somebody right.
Yeah. You and Keith went to bed about 10:30, 11.
Yeah.
You took a shower.
Mm-hmm.
Had he taken a shower before you went to bed?
He normally does showers in the morning. I'm a night person. He's a morning person.
Right. Yeah, that's everyone's preference. So should I take a bath at night? Because you've been dirty all night. You don't want to go to bed.
Yeah.
Excuse me. I'm sorry. Yeah, sister's here or something.
Oh, yeah. She said that she was going to come here instead of you having to drive me somewhere.
Oh, okay. Well,
That's all.
okay. She can sit. That's fine. That's fine. So you took a shower, y'all went to bed after y'all's talk about financing and all that. You at no time heard any gunshots in the house.
I heard absolutely nothing.
Did you get up at any time going to the kitchen other than to get Cody something? Or did Cody go to the kitchen?
Chase ran into the kitchen to get him something to drink at 3:30 because I made him go to the bathroom. He went and got him something to drink, and I made one of them. No, that was the first time when I went in there with Cody because he wanted chocolate milk, and so I went in there and got him some chocolate milk. But when we got up at 6, I went in there and got them all something to drink.
Other than you and your husband and your 3 kids, anyone else been in the house that night?
Not to my knowledge.
Okay.
I know Keith was over at his parents' yesterday evening, but I don't think anybody was at our house.
Yeah. Well, they had found something in y'all's trash can in the kitchen that is a concern. And I talked to Mr. Gentry. He said that, I kind of asked him what guns Keith had. He told me which guns he thought he had. Pretty much the same of some ones you told me. But Mr. Gentry mentioned there was a 22 pistol and a 25 pistol. Do you know anything about that?
I know he had some form of a handgun. Other than that, that's all I know.
Yeah, well, there was one handgun. Did you see the gun stacked out in the yard?
No, I never. I heard one of the officers say something this morning about stand by those guns, don't anybody near them, but I never saw anything.
And that's, I'm trying to figure out how someone could have gotten home and got those guns without you or the kids hearing them.
We're at the other end of the house. Right. Other than that, that's all. And you can ask anybody. They come in the house and scare me half the time. You can't hear when somebody knocks at that door, and I jump half the time.
Right.
And that is the only thing I can say is that we were in that room, the door was shut, and we had the TV going.
Would they have not known you guys were home?
I have no idea. I mean, Keith's 2 trucks are sitting out there. Mine was in the garage closed. But other than that, that's all I know.
Then the keys in your truck were left in you. You think your keys were in your car?
Yeah, they're always in our cars.
In the ignition or just laying in the floorboard?
Normally in the cup holder or the little cubby.
Yeah, and I don't know if I even looked. Is yours parked in the carport?
No, mine's inside the garage with the door shut.
Is it one of those electronic openers? And that's in the house with you or in your purse?
No, it's inside my vehicle. When we changed out that back room, it was a garage. We had one on the wall. Well, since we enclosed that, it got moved out to where I park now. And the extra little clicker we had, I've changed the batteries, we can't get it to work. So I just go out the back way through the French doors and go in and hit the button when I'm going to work.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah, it's...
Does Keith park his truck in? Is it double?
No.
Just one vehicle?
Just one. And he fluctuates on how he parks his trucks. A lot of times he'll do one close to under the carport and then one maybe out there by the trees, or he'll do it in circle drive, or he'll pull them up to each other. It just kind of depends. A 93 and a 99.
Okay. None of them were company trucks?
No.
I guess one of them's a truck and one's a hotel truck.
He got one for $1,000 and
pass up the deal.
Yeah, so he's put a lot of work into it. But
now, no Sarah Morgan said with her little girl. That's cool that she showed up.
Brent was actually there too, but they weren't together.
I'm sorry.
Brent actually showed up too, but they were not together.
Was that the big tall guy with the cap?
Kind of blue looking shirt or something.
I saw him. Kind of overprotective Sarah a little bit.
Yeah.
Who would have wanted to hurt your husband?
Yeah, I met earlier. I don't know anybody. I mean, he was friends with everybody. And people that wouldn't even talk, he would talk to them. I mean, that was part of what he did. He was always helping people. I don't have an answer for that because I wouldn't know who would want to.
Yeah. If we need to, would you be willing to take a photograph?
Yes, that's fine.
I mean, I'm sorry that I'm keyed in on you, but you're the only one that was in the house, darling. You understand that, don't you?
I know, it's just an extremely long day.
Oh, I know it. I mean, because you and the kids and your husband were the only ones in the house. Your husband was in bed. Someone shot your husband in the back of the head while he was in bed. Some evidence was found in your kitchen trash can, which concerns me now. Yeah, I don't know exactly what it was. My partner was there. He's on his way up here a little bit. He's going to join us once he gets here. But do you know anything about that? That could be in your trash.
No, I mean, I don't have a clue what you're talking about.
Yeah. Do you keep now, like surgical gloves?
Yeah, I do, just because half the time they're in my pocket when I come home from work.
Would you have had any reason to throw any in the kitchen trash?
I mean, not recently, I don't believe. Oh, I'm trying to
And
think.
if you know something or if you remember something, please, now's the time to let me know. Because this is your only time to tell me everything to the best of your knowledge that you can remember. Because later, if you come back and tell me something that you might have forgotten or overlooked, you can see how it could be, well, her story's changing.
Right, and I understand. I mean, I did a lot of picking up and moving things around several days ago, but
Did you pick up any loose bullet casings, any bullets, anything like that could have been thrown in the trash?
I mean, I honestly don't remember doing that, but the kids were playing with all of Keith's stuff in the back room, and I've been on him nonstop.
Does he leave his guns out for them?
He left all of his deer stuff when he'd come in from the deer leaf in the back room, laying on the floor. I've been after them nonstop to stay away from it. They kept undoing the latches to his gun case. They kept messing with this other little green-looking thing that he keeps all kind of stuff in. And I know I'm constantly finding, when it was dove season, the shotgun shells, the red ones, they'd be full. I mean, like where it'd still have the pellets inside of it, they'd be running around the house with them all the time. And so I'm constantly after them to stop it, leave the stuff alone, because, I mean, Keith's always telling me these stories about some kid he went to school with that threw a bullet down on the ground and exploded. And I know it hurt him. I don't remember what it did to him. And it just, things like that freak me out. And so that's why I'm constantly after the kids to leave everything alone. And I know they dumped over his bucket one day this week. I have no idea when it was. And I know I picked up stuff, but I honestly and truly do not remember what I all picked up and what I threw away. I mean, I don't know. And I said, and I've had gloves around the house. The kids play with my gloves all the time. And I mean, I don't know.
And when I swab your hands or something, have you shot a gun lately? Or?
I've never shot a gun in my life.
Yeah.
I mean, I grew up around them. They used to shoot turtles in our tank, but I was never old enough to do that. Yeah. And I picked his guns up and things like that, but I've never physically shot it.
So you unlocked the trash doors to holler at the dog that was barking?
Yes.
Just was one of the dogs out there? You got two dogs, right?
Mm-hmm. I didn't see her. I mean, I don't know where she was, but it was Gunner, the one that was doing all the barking and carrying on.
The other door next to the driveway is the one you unlocked to put the dirty diaper out.
In the Black River. That's normally where we chunk them in a Walmart bag tied up.
You don't lock the door. You don't. Did it close well? Could it have blown open one wind, or could someone have just walked up and unlocked it? Turn the handle and come in.
You normally have to, I mean, you can shut the door, but like if it's daylight, if you don't shut it good, you can see the light coming through. So a lot of times I will have to go back and I have to close it good.
So, but you don't.
But it wouldn't have, I mean, it closes enough where I've never had the wind open it.
But you don't remember locking it.
Honestly, I do not physically remember locking it back. I remember unlocking it.
What's behind y'all's house? Any other houses?
There's a big shed directly behind our house that belongs to Willie Osgood. Is that his name? I don't know. He drives a gravel truck. He's directly behind us. And then kind of catty corner is where they have all the greyhounds and they got a bunch of stuff set up with them and like that. So, but other than that, that's the house is there somewhere, but to tell you the truth, I couldn't tell you exactly where.
Darling, this is my partner, Mike Noel.
Nice to meet you.
So I'm sorry, go back behind, directly behind your house is a shed, and Willie's got a house back there.
No, that's Willie's shed.
Shed. Okay.
Now we've got now his house is no form or fashion right there.
Okay.
He lives off of where that street is over there by Love's. There's our little shed, and then a bunch of open pasture. I say a bunch, but you know it's open, and then his building, and then the dogs kind of run.
Who owns those dogs?
Oh,
Do they come out and take care of them frequently or often?
fairly frequently. I mean, you hear them mornings, like on the weekends. I'll pay attention because they're barking, and then evenings, normally around 5:30 or so, they're feeding again. Other than that, it's the only times I've really seen them. Weekends, I've seen them kind of running them.
Do you know who they are?
Mm-hmm. He drives a white extended cab Ford truck following him.
That's all. Have y'all had problems with them?
No, I mean, we've discussed with them about the smell of the animals. You can tell when they're poop and everything else, they're not cleaning real good. And I've made comments to him about it. And then I've heard real rabbits over there several times, and they're not supposed to be doing that. And I have made comments to him, but other than that.
With the dog owner?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Has Keith had problems with him and heated arguments?
No, no.
Keith got along with his sister's husband?
Oh, yeah. Definitely.
For the benefit of my partner, and help me remember, can you start at the beginning from last night and go over again what you had told me?
Between 1:15 and 1:30, somewhere around in there, Cody woke up hollering and carrying on. I went in there to him.
What room's Cody's?
Well, right now they're all staying in one. They're in if you're going down the hallway, it's going to be the one to the left. It's at the back of the house.
Okay.
It's
All
got
three-
the full-size
So
bed
you
in
got 2
it.
boys and a girl, is that right?
No, I've got 3 boys.
3 boys, okay. And they all stay in that one room?
Depends. A lot of times the baby's in the bed with us because I can't keep him anywhere else. But
Okay.
they've gotten better about all staying together when they fight over covers. But that's the point. Cody wanted something to drink, and he had a poopy diaper. So I told him, that's when I got him some chocolate milk. We changed his diaper, got him back down, told him that he couldn't get up, that he had to lay there, went outside, And like the door to the side where the driveway is, went outside, threw the diaper in a trash barrel that it was inside a Walmart bag. And I come back in. I didn't have any lights on at that point in time. And I went back to Keith and I's room. I was there until again for almost another hour. And then it was Cade up hollering, the baby. And I went into the room, gave him back his pacifier. Just going not even nothing.
It is.
Gave him his pacifier, got him covered back up. And he calmed down. I was about to go to bed, and that's when I heard Gunner carrying on our dog. Opened up the French doors, hollered at him to get up on the porch. He came up there, he laid down. I shut and locked the door and went back to bed. And around 3:30 or so, I got up again because it was Cody that was doing the hollering. I was cold. I said, forget this. What I'm saying to myself is like, forget this. I'm just going to go lay with them. Maybe I can actually get some sleep. I changed clothes from I had on a short set little night outfit. Changed from that into a pants one and went from my room to their room. Chase was up, Cade was up, Cody was up. All three of them were up by this point in time. I told him, Chase was asking for something to drink. I told him, I said, you got to go to the bathroom first, and then you can go in there and get you something to drink. And so anyway, he did that, went in there, got him a drink of water. Got the other boys situated. We put in a movie. Two of them were laying like with their head in the right spot. I'm laying at the end of the bed with the baby underneath my arm. And I probably saw, I don't know, maybe 20 minutes of the movie, if that. I fell asleep.
What movie was it?
Homeward Bound. That's their favorite. I had the door shut and said Keith had an 8 o'clock doctor's appointment this morning. I was trying to keep the house as quiet as I could for him. Had the door shut, the movie going on. As I said, I probably watched maybe 20 minutes of the movie or so, and I fell asleep. Around 5:15, I remember waking up, rolling over, looking at Chase's clock, and I thought, well, I don't have to get up for at least another 30 more minutes. So I closed my eyes, and the next thing I know, Kate is jumping on my head, which is the baby, trying to wake me up because he was up, and it was 6 o'clock then, and I was already late, so I needed to get up and get moving. Everybody got up. We went out of the room, went into the kitchen, got the boys something to drink. And I honestly don't remember if Chase turned on the TV in the living room or not. I don't think he did, but that's normally kind of his routine. So I have no idea if he did or didn't. I heard the alarm going off while I was still in the kitchen. I'm hollering at Keith as I'm coming out of our case opening right there. Hollering him going, Keith, turn your clock off, because it drives me crazy. It sounds like a duck. And I holler at him, turned off, and then Chase is going, yeah, Mama, he always leaves that thing on. I said, I know. And by the time I hit our tiled area right in front of our bedroom, I said, it is cold in here. And I realized the back door was open. I thought, okay. Never even thought twice about anything. Walked back there, flipped the lamp on, slammed the back door. And when I turned back around, that's when I realized the gun case was open. And I hollered at Keith and went to run back to the bedroom, hollering that his guns were missing. He needed to get up. The kids had already beat me into the room because they were behind me. So they just darted off in there going, Daddy, Daddy, Daddy. And he's been snoring here in the last couple of weeks. But when I hit that doorway, something sounded different. It just didn't sound like his normal snore. And so I kind of, Cade was going to get up on the bed, and I told him, I said, get down, Cade. And I just kind of pulled him down off the hope chest, went on around him, flipped on the lights into our bathroom in our bedroom. And when I turned around, I could tell he was using all of his muscles in his stomach to like breathe. And I was like, and I hollered at him again. He didn't say nothing. So I rounded onto his side of the bed, grabbed him by the leg and kind of shook him. And I'm going, Keith, And by that time, I could tell he had some pink frothy stuff coming out of his mouth. And my instinct was I wanted to turn him over, but I didn't touch him. I mean, I kind of looked and thought, and I leaned in a little closer, and I could see what appeared to have been some blood behind his head. Well, I wasn't going to turn him because I was afraid something was wrong with his neck. I didn't want to do more damage. I turned right back around, grabbed my cell phone that was off of the dresser right beside him, turned it on, had to wait for the service, and then I called 911, and I stayed on the line with her until the police got there, and then she transferred me to the EMS people.
And you said your cell phone was in Keith's room?
Yeah, our room.
Oh, your room. I'm sorry, your room.
Yeah, we don't sleep out of separate beds. We sleep together. It was just because the
kids were sick.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I've just gone through so much today that
Tell it, I'm sure all his family and your friends. You can't think of anyone that would do any harm to you or Keith.
no, I'm telling you, he was.
And y'all's marriage was good, except for the arguing of the money.
Yeah, and every married couple argues about money. It wasn't anything different. He had girlfriends. I've had no boyfriends. I mean, we were fine on that. We were just trying to figure out how to manage things with this third child. Just because it had put a strain on it with daycare and diapers and everything else. Nothing out of the ordinary.
When you're facing your house, is that your sister who lives to your right?
In-law.
Sister.
His sister.
Okay.
Michelle. Where does Donna and her husband?
Chapman Edition.
Chapman.
And what's her husband's name?
Paul Wyant. Wyant.
He does transmission work.
And they have people over there all the time, but it's mainly kids, and he does work on the side, and we've not had any problems with anybody.
So, Keith and Paul are brothers?
In-laws. Right? He's married to Keith's sister.
And Michelle. Her husband and Michelle are brother and sister. Keith's the youngest. It's Donna, Michelle, Keith. Okay. Can we get you something? I'm going to change tapes. I'm going to go get those statements that you filled out earlier because I still need you to sign those.
I mean, are we looking to the point that I'm going to have to get an attorney or something? I mean, this is, I haven't done anything. I loved my husband.
We see a pivotal shift. The weight of the interrogation becomes too much. Darlene's question about an attorney isn't just a question. It's a confession of fear. Her defensive claim, "I haven't done anything," is often a tell. And when she finally invokes her right to counsel, the psychological journey is complete. She has moved from the helpful witness to the central suspect in her own story, understanding that every word from now on will be used against her.
And I would have never done anything to take him away from his boys, ever.
No, he loved his boys.
No. I mean, they were his world. I mean, I know he loved me. I know that doesn't sound, and I loved him, but our kids were our life. And they still are. I mean, it's.
Take a moment. Let me change tapes. Did I get you anything, Darlene? We'll make sure everything's
Darlene, and hopefully we will. I'm sorry?
Fell.
Right off that code. Oh, and
there's a button.
Oh, sorry.
they don't say on there very well.
They come off all the time.
I can't imagine, Darlene, how stressed out you are right now and what things you're going to be going through your head. What you need to understand is we need to make sure that we get what we need to get done today. That way, nobody can ever point the finger at a later time, okay? We're still over at your house trying to find evidence, and we've had the crime labs from Waco and Austin came up that are out there doing the scene, and hopefully we shouldn't be too much longer. But it's very important that we get some of these things, okay?
This is what you wrote. You can look it over and read it. You'll just number your pages down here. Page 1 of 1, 2, page 2 of 3, and then you'll just put page 3. You'll sign it here. And if you don't mind, I'll get some fingerprints first. And you should be much longer. Okay, and if we can get a polygraph set up, you told me you wouldn't mind having a problem doing that.
No, I don't have a problem, but I don't want to do it today.
Right.
I am so stressed out that I
Sure.
just.
Yeah, there's no way we could get it set up today. And you need to be with your kids and your family and all that.
And I've got my sisters are basket cases out there.
I imagine they're worried about you.
They're worried about
kids.
me. They're calling in here to me and they're telling me not to sign anything. Don't do it. Don't sign not a thing until I talk to a lawyer, just because I have done this totally just free will.
Hey,
And
you've been very cooperative and we appreciate that.
I just.
And like I was explaining to you earlier, your cooperation has been very appreciated, and we have to start somewhere to work our investigation out. You're our only source of knows what happened in that house. If there's something you can remember or something that happened that you blocked out or whatever.
I told you the only thing just on a whim is that when I woke up at 5:15, and I don't know if it was my internal clock saying, you better wake up because you're going to be late for work, or I physically heard something. I don't know.
And that's an important time, and maybe with a little time you might remember, well, I did hear something.
But when I woke up, all the kids were asleep.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's why I didn't give a whole lot of thought to it, because if it would have been something, as loud as you're saying it should have been, we all should have woke up.
Well, I don't know if the kids would have or not, but you, as light of the sleepers you are, I know you would have woke up because you said you even hear the kids on the other end of the house.
Right. And that's it. When it's us there, I keep their door open when we're in the other rooms. That way I can hear them and it's easier for me. But I said I had the door shut because I was trying to be nice
What
to
did
keep.
what did he have a doctor's appointment?
He had an appointment with Dr. Amar's office. She's an endocrinologist. We had a couple of issues 2 weeks ago, maybe 2.5 weeks ago. He had just some junk going on with his sugar. And we thought, hey, let's get this checked out. We went ahead and went in and, as far as we know, everything has come back, fairly normal. His potassium was low and they put him on potassium. But other than that, and since he started taking the potassium pills, he's felt great.
Dr. Mars?
Amar.
Omar.
A-M-A. A-I-R or something like that. And it's Mira, because there's 2 of them.
And he's a what?
She's an endocrinologist.
True.
Like for diabetes.
Yeah. What's Donna's husband's name?
Mark
What's their last name?
Collins.
What pajamas did you say you changed out of? What were the pajamas that you were wearing?
The ones I had on were, and I told him they were Scooby-Doo. The boys love them. The bottoms have a whole bunch of little Scooby-Doos on them, and the top is a white with like a big Scooby-Doo on the bottom, just like one little logo.
Did you have a different top on too, or?
That's what I'm saying. I had the white Scooby-Doo top that has the big logo there, and then the shorts.
Okay.
And I changed into the green thing that I had on today.
Right.
That was the pants.
That door there on the east side that you found open,
Uh-huh.
do y'all normally lock that?
Yeah, I mean, I physically unlocked it
When
to
you threw
go
the diaper out
throw
there?
the diaper out. But I do not remember locking it. And I'm not going to say I locked it because I don't remember it.
Well, I'd rather you say that because if you don't remember,
I don't.
Right.
Do y'all have a
And-
house phone?
No, we
Okay.
shut
Just
that
use
off.
your cell phone.
Yeah. And that's what I told Tracy earlier, that it's been a week, maybe a week and a half or something like that since we turned it off.
Second month.
Yeah.
So the room in the far part of the house, the right, it normally stays in that room.
If you're going down the hallway
Uh-huh.
to the right, technically that's Cade's, the baby, because Chase refuses to sleep by himself, which is the oldest. So, but basically it's nothing but a playroom. They just kind of watch movies in there and play with their toys, and it's not much of anything.
So Chase's room's on the left where you were.
Hmm.
And then Kate and Cody
No, Chase and Cody share a room.
Okay.
Cade is supposed to be across the hall, but
You don't want to see her.
he won't stay in that room by himself, or he winds up in our bed. And so I've been trying for the last several weeks to get him in there with the boys, and it's working better. But
You see guys as brothers with you.
What's your cell phone number?
644-2849.
644. Is that singular? That's Verizon. That's 254, right?
It's local.
Did Wayman have a cell?
Yeah.
What's this one?
715 0644.
That's singular.
Yes.
Whose number is that?
Her husband.
Okay.
No, that's my father-in-law. You asked for Wayman, so that's why I
I'm
gave
sorry,
him.
Keith.
Yeah, his is 644-4868. You said Wayman,
Oh,
so
sorry.
that's the only Wayman I know is
Yeah.
my father-in-law, even though Keith's name was Wayman too.
Wayman Earl, Wayman Keith.
And Wayman Chase.
Look over that and read it before you sign it.
Don't think I'm gonna sign until I get an attorney, so that way they can. I'm just not doing this alone because I'm just.
Are you saying that you want to get an attorney?
Yes.
Okay.
My sisters are having a fit, and they don't want me signing anything, and I don't.
Yeah, but, and I know your sisters are looking out for your best interest, but as cooperative as you've been, don't let them dictate something that you know that you've been having.
You want to call an attorney right quick?
They're probably already on the phone
Okay.
doing it
Okay.
for me as I speak. I mean,
Well, we can't talk to you anymore if you want to talk to an attorney. We can't talk to you anymore. Because once you invoke your right to an attorney, I mean, that's it. We can't ask you any more questions. We can't talk about the case anymore.
As I explained to you at the beginning, much talk.
right. I'm just afraid that I'm gonna get I'm trying to tell y'all exactly what I remember, and as I said, it's been a long day,
Sure.
and I'm just.
I understand.
I don't want me trying to tell y'all something to turn around and it come out not exactly what I meant, and basically bite me in the butt. Basically, is what I don't want to happen.
And we wouldn't let that happen to you, because if there's something we don't understand that you've said, we're going to ask you.
And I tried to be straightforward and honest with everything that I'm telling y'all. And what I don't know, I'm telling you, I don't know.
That we appreciate.
I've never been in a situation like this, and I'm just starting to get extremely nervous just because I've gone over this even with you 5 different times, and it's just, and I know that it's your job. I know it is, and I'm sorry. I'm just.
Take your time, Darlene. That's all we've got is time. Okay? But if you feel more comfortable in speaking with an attorney, that's your call. Don't let your sisters influence you in it. That's entirely, totally up to you.
I do have to ask though, Darlene, since you want to talk to an attorney, I mean, that kind of changes our role completely, okay? And we're still at your house. Do you want us to leave your house at this point?
She hasn't invoked her right to an attorney. She's just saying what her sisters have said. It's your call. a few minutes.
I don't know what to do.
Get a hold of a family friend. They may have gotten a hold of an attorney, and you can talk to him. They may already have an attorney lined up for you if you're thinking that they have. You might be able to get a hold of them, and then you can talk to your attorney. We just want to make sure that we unshadow any doubt whatsoever today, because it's very, very, very important.
I know.
You know what I'm saying?
I know.
Yeah, but we're not in the business, we're in the business of finding the truth.
Right.
And when you start talking about an attorney, then the game starts to change a little bit, which is fine. But we don't want to violate your constitutional rights, okay?
What do you mean the game starts to change?
Well, because we can't talk to you any. Well, no, I didn't mean to say game. If I said game, I didn't mean to say game. I don't know where that came from. I haven't been up for a long time. Excuse me. Things just change a little bit.
Our roles change.
Because we can't talk to you anymore. I mean, we can't contact you anymore. It's just a little bit more difficult. But
Once you, like I explained to you when I read your rights earlier this morning, at any time you felt like you wanted your rights back, that's your entitlement as a U.S. citizen. You get your rights back, and you don't have to talk to me anymore. Once you invoke your right to an attorney, that means you're gonna, you want an attorney before you talk to us ever again. And once you do that, we cannot talk to you, and our roles change. I can't approach you. I can't contact you now. If you initiate contact with us, yes, we can talk. That's basically what we're partners mean. Our roles change because instead of I'm contacting you at any time, hey Darlene, can you remember anything? I can't do that. That's basically what it's been. And I know your sisters they probably watch too much TV, but it's got to be something. Decision you base it. They can invoke your right to an attorney. Only Darlene can do that. You've been helpful. I appreciate that. Like I told you this morning, everyone's a suspect in this, and I have to start somewhere. And that's why we started with the only people that were in the house. And you were the only one that knew what was going on in the house. And something you might remember, something you might not remember. It's going to help us to move outward. Take a few minutes. We're going to walk down the hall in my office, okay? You need tissue? Good. And before you sign this, let me know though, so I can be present to what you say.
And he said, just for my own sanity and his sanity and everybody else's, I just need to get an attorney. So just because now I'm just a blubbering idiot, so I just
No, that is perfectly all right. Like I said, once you get your attorney, just have them contact me. You mind if my guys finish up at your house?
well, the Gerald Villarreal, he said that I just talked on the phone. He said to tell everybody to clear out. That way we can start fresh.
Okay. I'll get them to stop right now.
He said that way there's no question about when I asked, and is that,
Let me call right now. Hey, terminate the search. She just called an attorney. He wants us to clear out. All right. Okay. It's going to take a while to type it up. You're going to have to hold the extra in the house until I get. All right. What I'm going to be doing is typing up a search warrant, so we go back in and finish our search. The search warrant allows us to do that. It's going to take a little while. So they're going to secure the house, so we can go ahead and get the search warrant.
Okay.
I hate that it comes to this.
I know, but I don't know what else to do because I'm getting scared and I feel alone, and because I've just been here for almost 3 hours today on top of everything else that's going on.
Sure,
And I just,
sure. Well, I can't ask you any more questions.
Now,
No,
can I leave?
yeah, I'm gonna walk you back to
Okay.
my office where your sisters are.
Okay.
You want your soft drink?
Yeah, that's my tea. I get away my coffee from this one.
That's no big deal. I do appreciate your cooperation.
Oh, I guess you'd like this. I wouldn't.
Oh,
Thank you.
thank you for being so cooperative. If you do remember something,
The video footage of Darlene Gentry going to retrieve the weapon that killed her husband Keith was all the jury needed to see to make up their minds. It took them just 5 hours of deliberations to come back with a guilty verdict for murder. The following day, she was sentenced to 60 years in prison. She was unemotional as the verdict was read and took off her earrings before being taken into custody.